Hey guys, so I want to show you the difference between the Cobra CM2204 versus the Sunnysky 2300 kV 2204 versus the Titan 2204 2300 kV motor. These motors are super popular right now, and I've actually found that price-wise they're all pretty similar, but there are some serious differences to them, so hopefully you find this video informative. Okay, so starting with the Sunnysky motor, you can see it comes with the motor, the prop nut, and it also comes with a prop adapter and some hardware, which is pretty nice. Here's that Sunnysky motor upon closer inspection, and you can actually see the windings look pretty good. I don't really like this motor too much. I've had some issues with the magnets actually coming off just running it on 3S, and you know, if you have one of those magnets come off mid-flight, it can lead to some serious issues such as crashes and things like that. Some things I don't like about this motor are, you know, you have to have a pretty nice hole underneath it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you know, it's got this spline sticking out the bottom of it, so you can't mount it on a flat surface, which is kind of a bummer. Okay, so here's the Sunnysky taken apart, and one of the things that I noticed right away when I took it apart is that the set screws were not tight at all. So one of the things you're going to want to do if you do decide to go with the Sunnysky motors is to make sure that you tighten up your set screws and put some Loctite on them. Because these things have been known to come off during flight, and then you have a crash, and you also have to replace a motor because you lost your bell housing. So that's something to consider. The other thing about this motor, you know, you can see the shaft here. It's not quite as nice as the shafts in the other motors, and I'll show you that difference here in a minute. The other thing about this Sunnysky 2300 that's nice is it has two set screws, one here and one here, so you get a little bit of extra contact with the shaft when you put this top piece on there. So on to the Cobra CM2204 2300. I really like this motor. This is probably my favorite motor for mini rotors right now. You can see it's a lot beefier. You can flat mount this motor. It doesn't have a shaft sticking out the bottom of it. It's got this washer on here, so you can actually use it to adapt many different props to it. I like the fact that it comes with a lock nut instead of a normal prop nut. This is really handy, especially for multi-rotors, because if you put super glue on these, for regular prop nuts, you end up causing some damage to nylon propellers and things like that, and it can weaken the center hub of the propeller. So it's important that these come with lock nuts, because that's just one less thing you're gonna have to buy. These are also kind of cool. They come with their wire leads come out of this motor, and then they transfer to the soft silicone. So you can actually solder these directly to an ESC or something like that, and have a real nice solid connection to your motor. See, I'll go ahead and take this one apart and show you guys the inside of it. Bearing size is the same, but you can see that the way that it's put together is a little bit different, and it's got a different style clip. So let's look at the windings too. The windings, about the same organization as the Sunnysky. You can see there's a few in there that are kind of haphazard, but for the most part. Actually, yeah, I guess the Sunnysky winding looked a little bit better. So, okay, another thing that I love about this motor, and I just remembered that this is one of the reasons that I love it so much, is it actually doesn't have any set screws. Which is nice, because set screws are another thing that come loose. These things vibrate, and then these bell housings can pop off mid-flight, and then you have problems. And so actually this bell housing is all one piece, and it's all held together by the C-clip down here on this bearing. So I'm actually not going to take this one apart. It's not going to look much different than what you can see here, and it doesn't look too much different from the others inside. But that's just another reason that these motors are far superior to the Sunnysky. Just because, you know, this is all one piece, it's not going to pop off during flight, and in my opinion, it's just nicer all around. So when you unbox the CM2204 Cobra motor, you can see that it comes with some hardware too. A little bit less hardware than the Sunnysky motor. It only comes with the motor screws and washers that you need to mount it, and with this lock nut here. So it doesn't have a prop adapter or anything like that, but it does have this nice metal washer. Last motor I'm going to look at is the Titan 2204 2300 kV motor. This motor is pretty awesome. It's a lot taller than the other motors that we've looked at. It's a little bit more heavy duty, but it also runs cooler than the Sunnysky we found on our testing. I think it's because it's got this taller housing here, which maybe allows better airflow, because the windings are all the same size on the inside of these motors, and you can see the winding in this one sits on the lower half. The Titan motor also comes with 2 different prop adapters. You can basically put these on, and then you bolt them down with the hardware that they provided, this nice Allen hardware, and then you can swap it out. Say if you wanted to use like a bolt down carbon adapter, you can use this one. You bolt that on, and then you're off. These are also nice too because they're made out of metal. So they're pretty heavy duty. So overall, I really like this motor, especially for a crash and bash motor. I think it's a little bit more crash worthy than the others. I've been really happy with these motors. They're like tanks, and they're machined nicely, and they just work well. I haven't had any problems with magnets slipping. The bearings are standard size. They're replaceable as well, so that's another advantage to these motors. And then you can also see that these can be flat mounted as well, so there's no shaft sticking out at the bottom of these motors either. So looking at the Titan motor, it's got one set screw, which isn't too great. The Sunnysky motor has 2 set screws, so on this motor you want to make sure that you definitely take that set screw out, put Loctite on it, put it back together. But it is beefier than the others, and it does run cooler than the others. I think it's because it's a little bit taller. If I compare it to the Sunnysky motor, you can see just how much bigger it is in comparison. But that beef is actually a good thing, because one of the things about this motor that's awesome is it's got larger bearings than the Sunnysky and in the Cobra, and I'll show you here. So I just measured this bearing on the Titan motor, 350. If I measure the other one on the Sunnysky, you can see that it's just smaller. I mean, it's Sunnysky measures in right at 3, so I mean you get bigger bearings with the Titan, which I think is another one of its added bonuses. So highly recommended. I wish they'd put another set screw on there, but you know, as far as that goes, I mean, I guess beggars can't be choosers, so just make sure you lock tight that set screw. If you're worried about set screws, like I said, the Cobra motor doesn't have any, so that's definitely a plus. And the other thing is, looking at the Cobra compared to the Sunnysky, they have the same size bearings. They're both right around 0.30. See if I can get that. See, you get an idea of the bearing size and then the difference between the 3 motors. So here are the 3 motors side by side. You can see I've got the Cobra 2300 here. I've got the Titan motor here in the middle, and I've got the Sunnysky over here. You know, the Cobra motor's got this nice bell housing with 3 spokes basically. So it's pretty nice. You can see the Titan motor's got this big heavy duty bell housing, and then the Sunnysky's got this little bell housing, a lot more spokes. Looks a little bit weaker, but that might just be you know, because I've had a bad experience with this motor. You can see that the Cobra is the only one that comes with a lock nut. The other 2 come with the prop nuts. And it's another comparison. See, the Sunnysky won't sit flat on the table because it's got the shaft sticking out at the bottom. So that's something to consider in your builds. Okay, and then I've got the motors arranged in terms of lead lengths here. You can see that on the Sunnysky, it's got the shortest lengths. It's all silicone wire coming out. On the Cobra, you've got solid wire coming out, and then they've got the connection point to the silicone wire out here, which is a little bit different. I actually like it, but some people might not. And then you can see on the Titan here, you get a whole bunch of extra silicone wire, so it's got a little bit longer lead, which is nice for some people. And then I'm going to zoom in here just to show you where these wires go in on these motors. This is the Sunnysky. You can see the wires go in to shrink wrap, and they're flexible all the way in, but they go into kind of a big hole there. Whereas on the Cobra, I'm going to slide this into view, you can see there the wires actually go into individual holes, which is kind of nice. I actually like that design a little bit better. And then here on the Titan motor, it's very similar to the Sunnysky motor in terms of flexible wires just kind of going into a hole there. So anyway, I hope that helps. So in conclusion, I would not use the Sunnysky motor. If I had a choice, I would choose either the Titan or the Cobra. They both have advantages and disadvantages. I really like the beefiness of the Titan motor. I like the fact that it's got larger bearings that are replaceable. It's just kick butt, but it is pretty heavy and heavy duty. So I've been putting this on all my builds, but I also really like the Cobra because of the lack of set screws. And you know, they're both great motors. I don't think you can go wrong with either one, so it's pretty much up to you and what your preference is. But yeah, both of these guys, the Cobra 2204 2300 kV motor and the Titan 2204 2300 kV motor, kick butt. And you should find that they are, at least in my opinion, the best motors out there for mini quads. Sunnysky, I've had problems with it, so I wouldn't recommend it over these 2. So I hope that helps, and have fun flying out there.